Shalom Aleichem, everybody. In Judaism, we have a commandment to say the Shema verse, Shema Yisrael verse, in the morning and at night, upon arising and before going to bed. This verse is a very powerful verse, and when we say it, we have to take upon ourselves the yoke of heaven. We have to accept Hashem's kingship, to recognize that Hashem is the master. He created us. He expects something from us, and our ultimate purpose, the essence of who I really am, is to serve Hashem. An interesting part is it says, "V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha." That means Hashem says, these words that I'm commanding you today shall be upon your heart. What does that mean? As we know, we have a body and a soul. We have a soul which is mainly enclosed in our intellect, and we have a body, we have a heart. Our animal soul is mainly in the heart. But our heart, which could lead us in the wrong direction if we don't guide it, it also has the potential to be led in the right direction. And Hashem, not only does Hashem want us, He commands us to feel for Him in our heart. He wants all the intellect that we learn, everything that He's telling us, all the beautiful words of Torah that He teaches us, He wants it to go down to our heart. He wants us to feel it and love Him. But how could this be? How could it be that we're commanded to feel something? Feelings come and go. Feelings, sometimes we feel good, sometimes we don't feel so good emotionally. How can we be commanded to control our feelings? And the answer to that is by pondering on Hashem. By thinking about Hashem enough, it will eventually go down to our heart. Hashem's telling us that. It's not something that we have to do on our own here. Hashem's telling us that we have this potential already within us. We just have to access it. And there's an aspect of emotion that's within intellect. I'm thinking about the fact that Hashem is running the world. I'm thinking about the fact that Hashem created me and that I truly do not exist other than for the fact that Hashem created me. If it wasn't for Hashem, I wouldn't be here right now. People could say this, they could say that, but when it comes down to it, we all are only here because Hashem created us. No force, no other force can create a human being with a soul, with an intellect, with a heart, other than the Creator. And by pondering on that, by pondering that Hashem is infinite, His kingship is infinite, we are limited. By pondering upon that, it will cause you to feel an awe and a fear, because you'll recognize who you're standing in front of, or who you're sitting in front of, who you're always in front of, the Creator. And then it says here, it says, "Le'ava et Hashem Elokechem ule'avdo bechol levavchem ubechol nafshechem." And you shall love. Hashem saying, I'm commanding you to love Hashem and to serve Him with all of your heart and with all of your soul. It's not enough. Somebody could be an incredibly intellectual individual. He can understand the Torah, he can understand all of its details, all of the laws, all the intrinsic different aspects, all the different dimensions, and he's able to grasp it all in his mind in an incredibly impressive way. But if he's not feeling it, feeling that excitement, feeling that, or at least trying to feel it, something in his heart, he's lacking. Our heart is something that, our emotions, if we could either be controlled by our emotions, we live life, something happens, we feel a certain way, and then our heart is controlling our mind, and then we're always thinking about how we're feeling. I don't feel good. I'm sad. I'm not happy. I'm not motivated. That's living life in the passenger seat to your heart. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be enslaved to our emotions. But on the flip side, the emotions are not bad. They just have to be directed in the right way. When we live life with the intellect in charge, I know Hashem's in charge. He's commanding me. I'm learning His Torah. I'm thinking about the words He's telling me. then the heart can be guided in the right direction. And then the emotions become an incredible thing, and they actually add to the intellect. It's like the sauce, the spice on the meat. The meat is the intellect, and the heart, the emotions you feel, the excitement you feel towards the Torah you're learning, that is like the spices on the meat. It adds to it. When you're learning something, it could be incredibly deep, but once you start to feel an emotional excitement towards the Torah you're learning, it takes it to a whole new level. And it brings Hashem an incredible amount of joy. And it says that Hashem is partly in concealment from us. Hashem created this world, and he conceals himself. He conceals himself because he wants us to have free will. If he was to be completely openly revealed right now, we would be nullified out of existence. We would only be aware of God. We can never even possibly have our own free will, our own agenda, because the light of Hashem, the revelation of Hashem would be so powerful that we would only be aware of Hashem. We wouldn't even feel our own existence. So Hashem wants to give us a sense of existence, so that we can take our existence and then fuse with Hashem, and it's a much higher level than had he have been revealed all along. The fact that now he's concealing himself, and now we get to bring ourselves with our own existence, we're now able to serve Hashem. We get to bring Hashem an incredible amount of joy, and it brings us the ultimate pleasure. It brings both Hashem and us the ultimate pleasure. And because of that, so we have emotions here, and Hashem wants. Oh yeah, so sorry, I remember exactly what I was trying to get to. I went off topic, but here's what I was trying to get to. Because Hashem's in concealment, sometimes we do a mitzvah or we learn Torah and we don't feel the full extent of it. We feel like something's being blocked from us. We know it's true, we're impressed by it, but there's something missing here. We feel like parts of the piece of the puzzle are missing. We're not seeing the whole picture. The second you try to get your heart involved, you try to feel, and it takes thinking about it, pondering that Hashem is real. Hashem is Elohim. All the nature, everything we see around us, it is all Hashem. Every moment that I'm alive, Hashem's bringing me into life. The second I start to feel excited about the mitzvahs I'm doing, it breaks all the barriers. The concealment is now revealed. We're able to tap into the infinite by bringing our heart into it. And that's why Hashem says, Bechol levavcha, with all of your heart. Even the negative side, we have two parts to our heart. We have the part that's connected to our neshama. We have the part that gives us desires that are against the Torah. But the point of it is, when we really learn enough Torah and it goes down to our heart, and we're constantly reflecting on the greatness of Hashem, all of our negative desires get flipped, nafuch. They get flipped over into the good realm. And now I could imagine all the energy you have to do a negative thing, all the passion you have to do a negative thing, it now gets flipped, and you take all that energy and you're able to use it for good things. That is the power of Torah, is it's able to take things and transform them into good things. Take darkness, transform it into light, which is actually much greater than just light on its own. Light on its own has always been light. But darkness that's been transformed to light, it's an even greater level. It's the ultimate purpose of creation. And it gives us a sense of awe and fear of God as well. Hashem, when you constantly remember how much Hashem is doing for you and how powerful He really is, it causes you to feel an incredible awe of Him. And you're able to take that feeling. The good thing about emotions, you're able to take it and use it and hang on to it and bring it with you everywhere you go. And you get to illuminate every path you walk upon. Thank you so much. May Hashem bless you so that His words will go down to your heart.